Yo, I left myself backstage on accident. What's good, everybody? How's it going? Hope everybody's got an awesome day going. We are gonna do some crypto and poker powered by CoinPoker. Man, I feel the stream isn't okay. There we go. It was showing not available on X for a moment there. We will hope it starts working here. Oh, give me 1 second, guys. I got a hand starting here at the start. But yeah, guys, we got some good topics to talk about today. Gonna play some poker, playing a little tournament. We're getting into it. If you guys are, if you're here, if you're early, you're on time, repost the stream for us. Let's hit the comments, say what's up. Let me know how you're doing. I'd love to hear from you guys. And I'm excited to play some poker and you know, run it up together. So we will be back in just a second. I got 2 intro songs for us. Let's go, guys. Let's go.
Yeah, man. The odds always been stacked against me. You know, it's never been nothing, though. There's been times where I felt like I didn't have nowhere to go, but I've always had a strong network, strong people around me, my friends, my family. They've always helped me do that. You know, there are times where I might have stayed on my homie's the Bogle's couch for weeks. My homie Casey, I got his door kicked in, selling out of his house. Shit, man. You know, I remember being on the bus, driving past those lots and seeing those luxury cars, like, man, one day I'm going to afford those. And people looked at me like I was crazy. But I want to say thank you, because my haters have given me just as much inspiration as my support. So I love all you all equally. You guys keep hustling hard. I'll see you at the top. Check it.
Pass me the scale, I need that shit weighing right. Connect, spin on the road, driving all night. I remember being on the block out of them porch lights, thinking I'll do whatever it takes to better my life. Being broke did something to my spirit. No matter what I got, they claim they couldn't hear it. Look at me now, driving German engineering. I'm drunk, grab the tether, there's no way I should be steering. Damn, Graham, we used to grab them peas, hit the block, break it down and straight serve them fiends. All right, Mike, grip the steel, get on the bike. We was only 14, but we was about that life. All the stupid shit we did, I can't believe nobody died. It's D-Block, bitch, but the money long as the alphabet. Cross me and I'll cross you off this real, please do not forget. Them other cats is counterfeit, you don't have an ounce of it. Never learned how to quit, that's why I sold a lot of shit. Started off with some bricks, graduated to some keys. How do you think I learned business? I ain't got no degrees. Sitting in a suit, getting loot, but I was blowing trees. Don't want to, but I'll shoot. You won't put my fingers, don't freeze. We ain't no go harder than me. I get a pumping like an artery. The game is only for starters, G. On the bench where you should be a baller and a player, but you'll never see me hoop. But you know what I say, and if you ever see me shoot, no matter how you compute, the odds are in my favor. I can bring death, or I can be your savior. In St. Louis City, dog, it's like that if you stay here. If you ain't real, stay clear, cause no more brews do not adhere. 9 a.m. we drinking beer, 10 o'clock on the block. Hours later, social rockets back to the party spot. Start the cops smoking about a million hours. All I got, the city's top of the game at night. My PO is 5 years, not a day lower. Nigga, what? Told that bitch, holler at me when she's sober. I'm a felon, that's what's up. You think I ain't got that lower, bro? You all got the Glock, rock the head off your shoulders. Boom! Might have thought around and drop an album. You know, just listen to it. Just one album.
Just one album, baby. That's all you get. No more. Just one album's all you're going to get out of me, but you're going to get a bunch of poker today. You're going to get some crypto. We're going to get into it. I'm hyped for the day. Guys, if you're here, do us a favor, repost the space. We're going to talk some poker here in just a minute, or talk some crypto in just a minute. Going to play some poker. I'll share my poker screen in a second. But one more intro song coming, baby.
Buying every yip and we pumping up the chart. Click and let it rip, yeah, the candles they be ours. We ride into the moon, yeah, we lighten up the dark. You gotta take a chance if you're gonna leave your mark. We buying every dip and we pumping up the chart. Click and let it rip, them candles they be ours. We ride into the moon, yeah, we lighten up the dark. You gotta take a chance if you're gonna leave your mark. It's trade talk, homie, market makers who need. Okay, stay locked in, cause we steady making cheese. Cause you're showing up daily, they're making it a breeze. You just gotta click the button, overthinking makes you freeze. There's rules to this game, the pressure one. You gotta know who to trust, who's always losing, who's coming in clutch. Two, you gotta know when to move. If you side like on a pump, that's another way you lose. Three, is culture over everything. If something feels dope, it don't matter what nobody thinks. We buying every hit and we pumping up the chart. Click and let it rip, yeah, the candles, they be ours. We ride into the moon, yeah, we lighten up the dark. You gotta take a chance if you're gonna leave your mark. We buying every hit and we pumping up the charts. Click and let it rip, them candles, they be ours. We ride into the moon, yeah, we lighten up the dark. You gotta take a chance if you're gonna leave your mark. It's trade talk, homie, market makers who we need. We stay locked in, cause we steady making cheese. If you're going up daily, then make it a breeze. Just gotta click the button, overthink it, makes you breathe. I'm laughing to the bank while I'm laughing at some memes. Came in with the gold, Millie was the dream. This was going to a Billy, it ain't ever losing steam. About to go full court, put my trust in the team. Run it up. Staying up late, eyes glued in the screen. About to hit 100x, trading margin like a fiend. Long on red, short on green, real ones know just what I mean. Leave emotions out, bruh, profits over everything. Buying every hit and we pumping up the chart. Click and let it rip, yeah, the candles, they be ours. We ride into the moon, yeah, we lighten up the dark. You gotta take a chance if you're gonna leave your mark. We buying every dip and we pumping up the chart. Click and let it rip, them candles, they be ours. We ride into the moon, yeah, we lighten up the dark. You gotta take a chance if you're gonna leave your mark.
Oh, let's go, baby. This one was for all my traders, my degens, and my Web3 hustlers. I'll see you at the top of the charts. Let's run it up. Peace out, everybody. Let's run it up, baby. How's it going? I'm hyped for today. We got the homies Clutch and Hermit here already. I'm sure we got some other homies that are about to show up. I got some poker action going. I'm about to get the stream live here in just a second, but I wanted to check in, say what's up to all the viewers first, and we'll say what's up to the homies that are here in just a second. But guys, this is crypto and poker powered by CoinPoker. Make sure you guys follow them. They are the official sponsor of the stream. I started with them as an ambassador, and I am hyped to be a part of what they got going on. It's a very cool decentralized poker platform that I've been playing with them and streaming on for a bit now. And I like it because I can deposit crypto. You play in USDT. There's tournaments of all levels, right? Buy-ins of all levels, cash game buy-ins of all levels. And everything from free rolls to $5 to $100, whatever you guys want to play on, they got it for you there. It's pretty awesome. But guys, if you want to check them out, if you're following from X, I've got them in my pinned bio. You can find a little bit of info on, or you can find my link to sign up. If you're following from LinkedIn or YouTube, it's in the description there. So check it out, create an account, get there, deposit some money. One thing though, your first time deposit bonus, they match 150%. They credit you 150%. You got to play a little bit to get it all unlocked, but they do it, right? I did it my first time. And so you might want to make your first deposit worthwhile. What I really like about CoinPoker in particular is the way the rakeback works, right? They have their own token called Chip, right? They're a decentralized platform. They should have their own token, but they have their own token called Chip. What you do with Chip is you hold it, and then normally when you play poker, whether you're playing a cash game, they take a little bit of rake out of every pot. That's just the casino's cut. Or if you play a tournament, they take a little bit out of every buy-in, and it's just what you pay to play. It's the cost of doing business. Well, what's cool about CoinPoker is they have their Chip token, and if you hold Chip token, as soon as you leave the table, you get 50% of the rate back that you paid in, and then they take that out with Chip token, and then every Monday you get 33% of the Chip token that you paid in back, so you get some rate back every Monday. It's pretty sweet how it works. If you play a lot of poker, you definitely realize the impacts of how much you pay into rake. If you pay a little bit of poker, yeah, you're definitely going to feel it over time. So you might as well take advantage of being able to play someplace where the rake is in your favor. and it's very, very rare to say that. But yeah, guys, check them out. Shout out to our sponsors. You're going to see me repping them around the Web3 space a whole bunch here in the near future. And already you might have seen me. But I got some topics for the day. As I get into these topics, I'm going to go ahead and throw poker up here on the screen so you guys can follow along. And then I'll check in and say what's up to the homie Hermit. And we're going to play some poker and vibe a little bit here today, guys. So I pull the poker up here. There we go. You guys can see the screen now. Got my king, queen, baby, 23 big blinds. Let me give you guys an update of where we're at in this tournament real quick, too. There's we're past late reg. There's 173 players left. 76 get paid. I'm in 100. I'm 100th position. So I got a little bit of work to do to get myself to the money here, but I'm confident that I'm gonna be able to make it happen. But guys, let me come back here real quick and give you the topics we got for the episode. Or actually, before I do that, let me say what's up to a couple of these comments. We got the homie Hash. What's good, Hash? Good to see you, man. We still got to get you on stream. Glad you like the bars. That's it was made by me. I'm biased. I like it too, though. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate it. What's good to the homie Legend? You've been on. You come on. We got to get you on again. But glad you like the music, homie. I spent some time making that. My neighbor, he actually is a producer, so he did the production for me, and he made that second beat. I kind of just told him what I wanted, and he did an excellent job of delivering something good. But thanks for tuning in. Thanks for vibing, guys. Let me throw out these topics for everybody here real quick. So one thing that caught my attention is gold bugs are saying that they think gold is going to hit 5K due to weakened confidence in the Fed. If that happens, what do you think it means for Bitcoin? That's pretty interesting to me. That's something that could be going on. Another thing that I think is kind of a lot of people are talking about in the ecosystem right now are tokenized Pokemon cards. They're gaining a lot of popularity, and people are trading them like crazy. Do you guys think this is going to be the future of collectibles? Or are we tokenizing them all, going forward? Another thing I want to talk about a little bit about the Ethereum, the Ethereum and the Ethereum Foundation. The Ethereum Foundation is still selling. They just approved more sales, but Bitmine is still accumulating. How does it make you guys feel about Ethereum? We'll talk about that a little bit. Then the final topic I want to cover a bit today is the oh shit, hit the wrong button here. is the Fed again. We're gonna circle back to the Fed again, but next month the Fed will hold a conference on payment innovations. What are you guys expecting from this, if anything? So I'm excited to get into this one. Talk to everybody as usual. I'm sure we'll have some more homies showing up to hang out, and we're gonna have a good episode as always. I think I probably should have let a bet there. We'll see what this does. I'm gonna throw it over to Hermit. Hermit, how you doing, man?
I am doing pretty good. It's a little warm. A month ago, though, I ended up this is just some life alpha for anybody. If it's hot, get yourself one of those. They were the Stanley mugs. Those Stanley mugs that were super duper popular. Like women were dragging them around all over the place. You don't have to get a Stanley mug. I have one that's called Hydro Flask. Hydro Flask, as far as I'm concerned, was the one of the innovators past Stanley. Get yourself a mug that's double-walled, vacuum insulated. Keeps your drinks hot if it's winter. Keeps your drink cold if it's summer. And I'm not talking for an hour or two. I'm talking all day type stuff. It's hot, but it's I have ice from this morning still. And yeah, anyways, that's just some life alpha, not any other type of alpha. We'll see how it works out when it's super cold here in the winter. I ain't ready for winter though, because I'm tired of the heat. I'm so tired of it. I hate the heat more than almost anything at this point. But other than that, I'm great. Been thinking about some football. I've been thinking,
Oh, you're
like
running
super
kind of bad.
degenerate. Like that's all good. Hold up. All right, can you hear me?
Yeah, now we got you.
I'll take. Okay. No, I was just doing thinking about some player prop bets since football starts tonight. Fantasy football starts tonight, essentially, and I think we're still going to do a draft here in the Discord or something later on after you're done with your stream. Cutting it down to the wire, which is all good. But yeah, player prop bets. I'm thinking, I like when I do when I'm going to do these player prop bets though. I'm like, people are talking about, I'll put in a unit, put in this, like, dude, it's going to be minimum bet type stuff. But if it actually hits, man, it would be awesome. It'll be awesome payout, but minimum bet. Like, I know Clutch doesn't like player prop bets. He doesn't like to gamble. He likes to stack the odds in his favor, which makes sense. Like, that should be what most people do. But for whatever reason, I just like player prop bets. I don't like the betting the team, even though betting the team is probably the better option overall. But yeah, I just like player prop bets. So that's all I really got. I'm thinking Dak Prescott. I'm thinking a Dak Prescott player prop bet or Saquon Barkley player prop bet. That's kind of where I'm going to go for tonight. We also have a game tomorrow, the Chiefs versus the Chargers. I think the game is in Brazil, so I might do a 2-player prop bet parlay, depending, or maybe I'll just do 2 separate player prop bets. So I'm going to look into it though. I think I've kind of got it narrowed down to what I'm going to do though.
No, that's what's up, man. I'm actually a fan of player prop bets too, just kind of for fun. I used to do them when I go to hockey games. To be real, I used to bet who the first goal would be, and I only ever won one. But you win one, and it's generally enough to fund to fund all the losses. So I think that's fun and adds a little bit of fun dynamic to the game. But it's just one of those things. Like, yeah, if you're betting it, I think you want to do smaller units, or instead of doing a whole unit, do like a fraction of a unit on your prop bets.
Yeah, that's definitely the plan. Like, I looked at like I'm on RainBet or whatever, and minimum bet is $1, and I'm just like, you know what? Just chuck it out, chuck a bucket out there, and it's like if I do a player parlay that's just absolutely insane, like it could pay off pretty big. Or if I lose, which I most likely would, it's not like no skin off my back. But then even then, like a player prop bet with a couple bucks, and it's like a 4-to-1 odds. I mean, dude, you're 4xing your bet if it hits. So, anyways, that's kind of what I'm thinking about. I haven't told Clutch that, like, in terms of doing, like, on Saturday nights, it's just the insane player prop bet, like, because RainBet, like, I was trying to do like a parlay on a game, and it wouldn't let me parlay certain things, but they have it to where you can do like it's like, so it's like I was thinking about Saquon Barkley, and I was just like, all right, well, I think he'll get 100 yards and he'll get a TD. So let me see what the parlay is for 100+ yards and a TD. Well, they already have those bets already stacked together, so it's kind of cool in that regard. So they already have them, but it's like I couldn't stack a Jalen Hurts and a Saquon, which I was kind of disappointed, but I get it. It makes sense. So I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna just experiment, throw a few bets, probably one bet tonight, and we'll see if that covers tonight's game and tomorrow's game, and then Saturday, like I said, it's just absolute stupid degeneracy, because they have like a triple statistic, like for a player. So instead, like I said, they can do a double stat, like 100 yards and a touchdown, or they do the triple statistics where you're getting like Saquon Barkley would get 14 carries, 100 yards, 14 plus carries, 100 plus yards, and a touchdown, 1+ touchdown, and then that would give you like 4-1 odds or something to that effect. Or for a QB, it's like you need 29 completions, 300 yards, and 2 touchdowns or something like that. So, yeah, like I said, I'm probably just going to play with it. But if I start parlaying stupid things like that, we'll see. It'll get exciting. I think it will, at least.
No, it will, man. I'm an advocate of doing small betting to make the game a little more fun. Like when I was going to a lot of hockey games, it was right around when I was running my healthcare business, and I was making great money. So like I was paying like $200 for probably per ticket, but like for tickets that were like centerized, probably like 10 to 12 rows back, and I go to the game and I just throw like 10 to 20 bucks on the first goal because I was like, well, if I win, I'll free roll my tickets, but I only won one and just pretty much ended up free rolling the betting over over that time essentially. But yeah, I think it's fun to do that with little prop bets and just keep it small. And I'm sure there are guys out there that are super dialed in and they know like exactly the guys to bet on when the time comes. But me, I'm not that guy when it comes to sports betting. Well, Herman, if you're not too busy, I got a question for you, man. What do you think about this gold bug saying that they're expecting gold to go to 5K due to weakened due to just weakened weakened trust in the Fed? If that happened, man, what do you think that would mean for Bitcoin if gold just went on a tear like that?
Honestly, like, because I was thinking about it, like, I don't think Bitcoin will go up a little bit, but like, how much has Bitcoin gone up since gold started making its run up towards its own all-time highs? Like, I think it's just more that there's just a lot of people that are more know more about gold than they actually do Bitcoin still. Like, there's still just not enough people thinking that Bitcoin is your quote unquote store value, and you still have the Peter Schiffs of the world who go on to like their CNBC, Bloomberg, or whatever, and they're constantly just saying, gold, 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 gold. I mean, honestly, and there's nothing wrong with gold. I'm not going to knock it because, like, if people consider it a store of value, they consider it a store of value. It's a, like, your ROI isn't necessarily going to be crazy. Like, let's just say you started getting in now and it did go to 5,000. You're still not at a 2x. Like, you're like, okay, it went up 50%, but then at that point, are you going to sell your gold and wait for it to go back down, or are you going to just keep buying more and more gold? Like, I don't. And honestly, like, you can just sit there and say, yeah, I'm going to buy gold, but at that point, I think it ends up being I have gold
all
on
in with
paper.
Queens, baby, all in with Queens. Sorry to interrupt you, Hammett.
No,
Sorry to
you're all
interrupt you,
good.
Hermit. But no, keep going, bro.
No, like, again, to me, it's like, it's okay. It's paper. It's on paper. I have gold on paper. If you physically have the gold, that's better because you physically have it. That, like, you have it. But it's one of those deals, like, I don't want it to be one of those like those things where, back in the day where they confiscated everybody's gold. Like, they're like, well, you can't own gold anymore. And it's like, well, what do you mean I can't own gold? And so, like, any of your paper, like on paper gold, is just magically taken away at that point. Like, do they give you your cash back? Probably not. So for Bitcoin, yeah, I mean, it'll probably affect it a little bit, but I'm not going to sit there and say, okay, we're skyrocketing and it's going to, like, the rise in the Bitcoin price is going to be commensurate with the rise in gold. Because just like I said, I don't think still there's not enough people who know how to convert their fiat into Bitcoin. And then they might, like, let's go to coin. Like, oh, I got my Bitcoin on Coinbase. Still not your Bitcoin technically. Like, technically you bought it, but if it's on the exchange, we always say not your cheese, or not your keys, not your crypto, that type of stuff. So if you're gonna buy it, make sure you actually know how to get it off the exchange and into your own self custody wallet. It can be scary. Like, if you just click links willy nilly like crazy, then yeah, it could be scary. But like, I'd just rather have it in my own wallet. And like I said, I don't think it's going to go skyrocketing. I mean, everybody, like, the predictions for Bitcoin have been from now to the quote unquote end of the bull run. Like, everybody's anticipating one more big pump. They're like, okay, Bitcoin goes to 140K. So at that point, it's a little under 40% gain. So I don't know. Like, that's how I look at it. Like, Bitcoin will go up, but I don't think it's going to go crazy like people might anticipate. It's getting to that point where, we always wanted, like, and I say we, not everybody, but there's been a lot of chatter on the Crypto X timeline about, we need regulation, we need this, we need that, so that retail can jump in. But the fact of the matter is it's going to be one of those deals that once you get all that regulation, once you get all of that, this is what you can and can't do, like, that basically opens the door for institutions. And institutions, as far as I'm concerned, don't necessarily know anything about crypto, but they do know how to manipulate things. And when there isn't a ton, like, I just saw a post that Amazon's market cap was like 2.5 trillion. I mean, and I could be wrong that it's 2.5 trillion, but I'm pretty sure that's what I saw.
I mean, that sounds about right. Okay, go ahead. Did somebody else chime in?
Well, no. Well, and that's just it. It's like, that's over half of the entire crypto market cap. So you have one stock, one company, like, they can manipulate that, I'm pretty sure. Like, what do you think they're going to do with all the crypto? So it's like, if you don't have your head in the game and you don't have your head on a swivel, you could easily get wrecked with it. But again, like, I don't think we're going to see the massive moves. We might have one more chance to, like, one more bull run where we see it big moves, but it's all going to be from, like, altcoins that are either just starting out. Like, let's just say they get started in the bull or bear, like the beginning of the bear. Like, as long as they're able to stay above water and actually accomplish stuff, like, it can take off. But everybody wanted it, now you got it, and this is what you're going to have to look forward to. So anyways,
everybody wanted it, now you got it, and I got some pocket kings. This is what you look forward to, Hermit. I got to figure out what I got to do here. I think I'm gonna bump them up. I'm gonna make a little scary Larry bet 8-8. But no, good stuff, Hermit, man. I think you have a very level-headed thought on it, because I think most crypto people, where I've heard kind of talk about it, were like, yeah, if the Fed's weakening and gold sends it, that means Bitcoin. I gotta get it on with kings, baby. Let's ping a king. But people are like, yeah, we got okay, ace. Another ace feels good. Okay, boom. There we go, baby. The one time you want to see aces when you got kings, so there's 3 of them on the board, and the other dude has jacks. But no, Hermit, man, you made a great point that I think is very level-headed, because I think most crypto people are just automatically assuming that gold sends, Bitcoin sends because of lack of trust in the Fed. But kind of like you said, the people that are really aping in the gold at that point in time due to lack of trust in the Fed are like our grandparents, or like our older aunts and uncles that still probably aren't convinced on Bitcoin. Now, where I can see it possibly having somewhat of an impact are the gold whales that like are just savvy and know that Bitcoin is the future. They might use that as exit liquidity on that pump to allocate into into Bitcoin. So I could see that happening, but I think you're more right. You know, I think kind of what I'm talking about is still in some capacity probably a pipe dream.
I'm not saying don't dream. I mean, like, yeah.
Oh, you're rugging again, Hermit. Sorry.
All right. I'm trying to get away. I'm trying to get to where I have actual signal. So, I think, like, just if people aren't in it, like, just don't wait. Like, just start getting your feet in the, like, foot in the door. Just dip your toe in the water, and just buy some. And everybody's always like, it's one of those things. Like, you got people who are like, oh, I'm waiting for a pullback. I'm waiting for a pullback. Pullback sometimes doesn't come. And that's just the way of crypto. I mean, it'll come back we're predicting it comes back because that's the way it's been a lot of the time, is that we'll get this crypto pullback for the bear. But, we haven't, at this point, we haven't had institutional money in crypto, and now we have institutional money in crypto. So I don't know how far they want to take it down before they, want to take it back up. And I say they, like, at this point, it's been mostly, a bunch of degenerate people working on centralized exchanges, buying and selling. And now you have, the biggest degens of the universe in the institutional money that, they're going to take it where they want to. So it's definitely going to be interesting. And, like, if anybody's listening and they're not actually in crypto yet, like, just start buying some Bitcoin and getting it onto your own wallet. And obviously don't full port yet. Like, I think that's just another big issue that people have. And I was going to go somewhere else, but yeah. Anyways, that's all I got. I think it'll come back to me at some point.
Good stuff, Hermit. I think that was a fire take for real. Good one to start it off with. Let's say what's up to the homie Timbo. Timbo, how you doing, man? And there are some gold bugs saying that they think that gold is going to send to 5K due to weakened trust in the Fed. If something like that were to happen, man, what do you think happens with Bitcoin?
Bro, I didn't catch all of that question. I heard 5K injected. What was it again?
So gold bugs are thinking that due to weakened trust in the Fed, that gold is going to go to 5K. If that happened, what do you think would happen with Bitcoin?
Oh, bro, I think in some way, shape, form, or fashion, gold is daddy, bro. And I think Bitcoin's going to mirror it, even though the value might not be, it's 5K or whatever compared to 100,000 on Bitcoin. But I think there's a lot to be said for gold's value continually going up and the market's rising as well, bro. I think they all land hand in hand, dog. So I think if we see gold go up, we're going to see everything else mirror it, big dog.
That's what's up. I guess my follow-up question to that. So if gold's absorbing that liquidity from where do you think the liquidity for Bitcoin comes from? Do you think? I'll let you form your own opinion.
Dude, honestly, I have no idea, bro. That's why I have people around me like you. I just react to the chart. I don't really. It's like a conspiracy to me, right? Like, I feel like market makers definitely play a hand in it. I feel like Is a perfect example of market makers, and I'll call him out, dude. I tagged him earlier. Binance, literally, CZ might need to go back to jail, bro. Like, why is he offloading Sol at the numbers he is through Wintermute? They say it's a liquidity issue. They say blah blah blah, this that, and the third. But when the facts are laid at hand, they're in control of the BNB token. Do they not want competition? They're keeping that shit in check, bro. At some point, they're gonna run out or whatever. But it's it's definitely bigger things at play than I think any of us really realize. So I don't know, bro. Hopefully retail comes and smacks it. But with Bitcoin being so high, like unless you're just a completely new newbie, nobody that I know is just going and aping their whole port in Bitcoin right now because it hit, 108 or 110. Like nobody is doing that. They're still adding, but they're not. They're definitely not aping their whole port right now.
No, super true, and I I think that's honestly it's a testament of where Bitcoin is and the type of investors it's attracting. It's attracting mature investors now. People that they're like, yeah, I'm gonna snag a little bit in case I wake up tomorrow and it's $1 million, like some of these crazy people say, right? Like, what if that crazy guy is actually right? So I think they're just a lot of people are just allocating that little amount, but then I think you're truly going to see most of the big time players DCA in and really take advantage of bearish times to get in.
Absolutely, bro. It's one of them things where, like, you have to you like that. I always ask myself that, like, who is aping these huge bags other than like these huge corporations at these levels with Bitcoin? Because I know there's room for growth, yada yada yada, but it's just like, bro, who the hell's aping that? I don't know anybody that's just okay. I'm gonna go throw 30,000 at sold or at Bitcoin today at 110, hoping that it goes up to 124. Like you're back. You know what I'm saying? Like I just don't see it unless it's just long term. That all it is for Bitcoin to me is either people playing the perps chart or people are long term investing and sinking their money when they find out about Bitcoin. I feel like that's what it is. Like nobody's gonna sit there that's at these levels and be like, yeah, bro, I need to just hold off until it comes back down to 80. Like I don't know anybody that's talking like that, and I feel like it's just a FOMO level event with Bitcoin. And when somebody figures out what it is, it's do or die. Like I'm gonna ape now, but that's just my take, bro. I don't know much.
I think that's a good take for sure. Let me see some of these comments we got up here. Legend said they're spending cash on gold and holding to buy more, holding or buy more Bitcoin. They're offloading cash. He said, "Man, we gotta get you on here." He's making
Hey,
suggestions.
he's up
I
here,
jumped.
bro.
Yeah, I only get the
Oh, what's
invite
good,
from the
Legend?
MKE3 account, so I just switched account. Everything's good. I'm sitting here at work, listening to you guys, watching you guys play poker. Wishing I could join you, but I heard the conversation, and I'm might be a little bit older. You guys are talking about these old fogies and what they're doing, and before I got into crypto in December, I was holding all precious metals. Sold a bunch of my precious metals to get into crypto when it's low, ride it up. And then when, hopefully I hit the top, um, you know, I don't think I'm going to sell it this year, but I'm also kind of diversifying, right? I have a friend, he's a precious metals dealer. He shows up at my door and he's like, look at what I got. And, and of course I can't help but buy it because it's so pretty. Um, and at the same time, playing in the, with crypto. Um, and so those kind of guys are like Bitcoin, gold, silver, and they're also into like XMR, right? Because it's a mid cap, low cap, but
Oh, that's interesting.
they're like what do you call them? Preppers, right? So they make their money in Bitcoin and then offload it into XMR, hold gold and silver in the safe next to the guns. And when um, yeah, so really what I want to say is that they're offloading cash into tangible assets, which include digital assets, right? That can't be where the price can't be manipulated or affected so much. This is my opinion, Andrew.
No, that's pretty interesting. That's I like to hear a take from a guy that actually is into buying and actual holding precious metals, the actual metals themselves, and not necessarily on paper. And the insights from that community, and knowing that they're actually into gold and stuff like that. Or I'm sorry, they're into XMR. That's super interesting to me. And it makes perfect sense to me why they're into it. But it's just interesting that's like that was their pathway into Web3, and it kind of shows there's a pathway for most everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a rich guy. I have more money into crypto and precious metals than I do in my bank account.
I mean, I think that's most of us, minus the precious metals. No, good to hear from you, Legend, man. Definitely stay for the convo. I know you're working, but as much as you can, stay for the convo. If you can, also link the MKU3 page so we can get that bubble up there and get it looking like they're hosting this too, so we can get some more reach on this.
Hey, and another thing we were talking about with MKU3 today, Andrew, is with the project Ascend from Pump Fund, with them doing the creator revenue fees, like helpful and more helpful to lower market cap coins. Bro, we're looking for somebody, EAC. I'm gonna. Sorry, that's cannabis, not COVID. I'm going to call you later, EAC. We need somebody that's going to stream for MKU. I'm going to do it in some way, fashion. I'm going to do it. But this is a way for projects to bolster and get marketing money it's way different than any other streaming platforms. The thing they put into effect yesterday, I feel like is going to change the ecosystem.
No, man, I'm bullish on people streaming on Pump, to be real. I'm debating on taking this stream to Pump. I don't know, but I don't know, can like the homies come on with you stream on Pump?
Absolutely, bro. Hey, and I'm going to get it figured out because I'm already doxing stuff. I've shown y'all my face. My wife hates it. We have too much going on at my house. I have 3 dogs, and it's just chaos over here. I'm going to figure it out to where when I'm streaming for MKU3, anybody else is free if they want to help us in that regard, and I'll talk to EAC and other people. But I don't know what that looks like. I would love to have y'all, but when I stream for Pump for MKU, I'm going to mostly be doing like the chart or like showing conspiracy theories. I won't be showing my face. My wife's about to stab me. She's like, no, you're not doing it. So we're not going to go that route. We're going to keep her as unstressed as possible. And honestly, just showing the chart, showing, whatever. Like it would be dope if we went live for Pump and literally it's just the space. We went live at Pump as the same time as the space and we're just broadcasting the space. Like that's things that we can do. They said yesterday that they said, bro, that if you average 3 to 5 viewers on Pump.Fund's live stream for 4 hours, you will make more money, creator revenue, than a kick streamer that was streaming for 10 with the same amount of viewers. So it's something that's definitely to be looked at. And bro, if we can just stream the space, I guarantee you we can average viewers because I could just go tell all of DTN, hey, bro, go pull the stream up, put it on the screen. Like, you don't have to sit there and watch it or be active as fuck in the chat, but just pull it up, support the channel, blah, blah, blah. And in the MKU Telegram, we could do the same thing. And that's just a way for the token to create some marketing money. We're also doing some LP pools and stuff, but I didn't want to get too deep into that. But I definitely is to be talked about for every project, bro. I feel like Pump Fund's trying to solidify themselves and maybe potentially take over streaming platforms, dog. If y'all think about that, that's a deeper thought process because all these streamers that play video games, play whatever, they're about to be streaming GTA 6. GTA 6 is supposed to have crypto in it. We're already moving into the crypto like era, I feel like, where if you don't have it, you're out of the loop. So Pump Fund doing what it just did and placing it to where you make more money streaming on their platform than you do on these prominent ones like Kick or Twitch. they're really positioning themselves to be at the forefront for all these streamers to be streaming themselves playing the game and having a token associated with them. It's really crazy, bro, to see the potential.
No, man, that's really good to know, especially knowing that like I could just do this stream normally and then cross stream it through Pump. That's actually really tight.
You could tokenize the title of your stream, bro. Like literally whatever. That's why when I came out with my spaces, the digging deep, that's why I was so hard on getting like a good name, because that's what people, it looks like, could potentially start doing this. But I mean, people are going to be streaming content, of course, but if you don't want to get in front of a camera, there's people like Jackson Hunter that literally stream a chart for 4 hours and jump on the mic every once in a while, chop it up, but just keep the stream up. I've seen that dude with like 600 viewers consecutive. Like, I can't imagine how much that dude's making if he went live. But yeah, bro, and it's something to be thought about too for like, well, if you've launched on Pump Fund, if you have a project on Pump, it's to be looked at any project, really. You got somebody in your community that can stream? Hey, put their ass on live stream, bro, and make some creator revenues for your project.
Oh, I forgot I was on mute. That's tight. I think that's actually a really good idea. I'm experiment with that and look into it a little bit more and figure out the logistics on how I can do that and try to tokenize the stream. I think that could be cool.
Yeah,
They
but
also
let's bring Andrew into the MKU3 fold with 10K or 10 million holdings, bro, and like let's just joint up and stream and make money, bro.
Dude, that sounds like an awesome idea.
Because I'd love to like quit my job and full-time stream, and I will if I can make money doing it. So but we just got to get there first.
No, I agree, and it's probably not anything that the stream just crushes overnight, right? You got to probably put some time in repeatedly and be consistent, and eventually it'll take off. But yeah, I think that's
yeah, we're already here and we're showing up every day streaming, so let's get paid for it. If you're down, Andrew.
So I'm down. I'm gonna look into it and just figure out the best route. You know, I think there's several routes to go. I don't even know any. I really don't even know though for real. But I imagine there's just several routes to go about it. So I want to look into it, and we'll figure it out, and let's make it happen by next week.
Well, we got the token launched on Pump. It's already like at a good market cap. It has a hell of a narrative that we can talk about for hours on stream and get people involved with. So, you know, I think the battle's almost there. We just need to start doing it.
I like it, bro. We knew from the beginning, because it not having a utility, not being a rewards token, that it was going to be, you know, a grind and hard work. But shit, we do it every day. We're here in the space doing it every day. We slapped a token name on it. It's got fire art, and the people behind it are even more bullish than me. So honestly, it's just about shaking out, finding a fucking floor, and just going from there. But we're constantly doing stuff in the background, trying to figure things out. I am going to get some LPs paired today. That's what I'm working on behind the scenes. And shout out DCA, shout out EAC, shout out all the homies, the Clutch Foundation, shout out Andrew. I'm literally signing up for CoinPoker right now, and I already told all the subs that we're going to start having a game night for DTN and for MKU where we can play poker once or twice a night. And all the money will either go straight to MKU's marketing wallet or whatever, but we'll do giveaways, things like that. It'll be pretty dope.
Dude, that's tight, man. I can't wait to get you guys rolling and play on there with you a little bit. On here, I should say. I'm playing there right now.
I know, bro. I was like, you know what? I need to go ahead and just sign up, fund it, and like get an affiliate account so that we're here on the stream every day. We might as well start getting in on the action, baby.
Yeah, what you can do is have little like satellites within your community and be like, yeah, whoever wins this little tournament, we're going to send to play the bigger tournament. And then just be like, all right, whatever they win, 50% gets fired at the chart, 25% is divided amongst everybody who played the satellite, and then 25% the dude who played, you know, keeps.
I'm about it.
I know some dudes that they send a couple guys to play the World Series of Poker every year like that, to where like I think it's every Thursday actually, they do a $200 buy-in tournament, and like you get points for placing, or getting top places or whatever. At the end of the season, all the dudes that are top place go play World Series. Kind of how pretty much exactly how Poker Token is doing. Hopefully Poker Dev can make it on. But yeah, they send some guys there, and then the group I think the group only has like 10% equity in the guys, but everybody in the group gets a little bit of equity so they can get a sweat on them. Hey, so EAC gold bugs are saying that gold could go to 5K due to weakened trust in the Fed. If that happens, what do you think happens with Bitcoin?
Yeah, so like I always thought like gold's kind of crazy. Like you go and you buy a gold coin, and as soon as you buy it, you lose 30% of the value of it if you were to sell it back. So I get why preppers, stack up their gold and they're safe, because they think that if the collapse of the world happens, that you can still get stuff with gold, which it is like a precious metal, so they're not kind of wrong. But I think that there's definitely more value out of buying Bitcoin. I'm not like buying gold. I got a gold ring and a gold chain. Don't get me wrong. I'll wear it around in the apocalypse, and I'll trade it if I have to. But yeah, I'm not like stacking it up. I guess I heard that when people when there's a flight to precious metals, then people feel like something's bad gonna happen in the economy. Like I heard that kind of rumor. Um, uh, but I think like digital gold is Bitcoin. Um, Sell your gold, buy Bitcoin. That's what I'd say. But yeah, I don't really kind of know. I don't think they're really related, Bitcoin and gold, even though like people kind of want to draw those comparisons. But yeah, I don't really know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the real comparison and why they're compared so much is, everybody now says that Bitcoin is a store of value. We can say that originally Satoshi made it to be a peer-to-peer transfer, but I think it was even better than he envisioned. So it became a store of value, which is probably better in my opinion. But the comparison, yeah, isn't really, they're not that similar outside of that, I guess.
Right. Yeah, that's the comparison in the sense that Bitcoin there's only so much of it, and it's getting less and less by the halving. And so that's how it's compared to gold. But if they can, like in the future, if they harvest gold from asteroids, there's an infinite amount of gold out there. So, maybe in the future, gold's worth nothing. Deep
Man, I feel like
future.
I'm
But
ahead
who
of
knows
you.
how long it takes for us to get there with the advancement of AI and stuff.
This
It's kind of
dude just
crazy
jumped
how
on
much
me. I
we.
feel like I'm ahead. I'm getting it in here. Hey, 7, I'm ahead, baby. Give me a 7. Oh, we chopped. He got lucky. No, those are some good points, EAC, for sure.
Or it's another MKU3 conspiracy alchemy, whether we can, turn metals into golds. They've been working on that since, the beginning of time, probably.
I study alchemy, EAC, and I'm not going to get into it. You can turn other metals into metals, but turning metal into gold, that secret's been lost for a long time.
So look it up. And so like I'm not a dude that's highly versed in this, but it was something that I'll try to find the article. I don't remember where I saw it at, but we talked about it on a space one time. But this group claims that they can turn something into gold, but it stays radioactive for 17 years, or maybe it's 19 years or something like that.
That would make sense because the process involves like one metal turns into another metal into another metal, and it's just the arrangement of atoms. So in order to do that, it would require, some type of radioactive process.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I saw it and just thought it was interesting. I was more curious about it, like how it could impact the price of gold. But apparently they haven't been able to do it at like a large scale. And then obviously if you got to wait like 17 years, it can't be as valuable as natural gold.
The way they've been impacting value, and maybe this might help explain why like the price of gold is increasing right now. It's not because more people are buying gold and increasing the demand. It's because of all that paper gold, right? People are buying gold that doesn't exist. They're buying certificates of gold that hasn't been mined yet. And that's, I don't know, there's something going on. It's kind of like with the longs and the shorts and how you can create like a short squeeze,
Yeah, no, I'm actually very familiar with that, and that's why, like, whenever somebody starts getting bullish on gold, I ask them, like, well, like, what do you think about more gold being owned on paper than there is in existence? And they never have an answer because they generally don't know about it.
Yeah, so that's what I really think is driving right now the price of silver and gold. The increase in price of silver and gold is whatever that process is with the papers and like the shorts coming due. And the bully, the not the whoever's supposed to produce the physical assets doesn't have the physical assets, which I don't know. I don't know how that works, but I know that's what it is. It's a squeeze right now.
No, it makes perfect sense. I understand how they do it fully. I just don't know a whole lot about gold, to be real.
You want to? I mean, can you explain that to me then, if you don't mind, or is this not the right place? Maybe on the
No,
MKU.
this is
MKU
a good
spot.
spot. This is a good spot to explain how a short squeeze works. So what happens and an example with like like the GameStop one, why that was so popular was a lot of times for these stocks is that it's similar to what's going on with gold, is they're synthetic shares, like the shares aren't real, and they'll these exchanges will loan them out for shorts. Because what happens with the short, and that's probably where I should start at, is you borrow a stock from an exchange or an asset from an exchange, you instantly sell it right then, and then when it drops, you buy it back, give the exchange back their shares, and you keep the profits. Well, what happens in a true short squeeze is there ends up being more shares loaned out than there are in existence. And when people catch it, they can keep buying and keep buying and run the price up. And eventually, those shorters have to purchase shares at a major low. That's how a short squeeze works. So I imagine with gold, what's going on is if there's a short squeeze, people there's just more shorts out on gold than there's even gold in existence, and they're pumping the price up to get those shorters out, and the shorters are going to have to buy gold, or not even really gold, just gold on paper, and then that would make sense. They're going to give these people their exit liquidity at 5K.
So then they're driving this price up to reduce the demand.
Well, it's artificial demand.
To alleviate. Yeah. Well, okay. So then, if everybody for with gold or silver went out and bought 1 or 2 ounces, right? That's what they, promote with this, silver squeeze.
Yeah. So like, if everybody bought a couple ounces of gold and held it, when the time comes that those businesses have to buy that actual gold to pay off the shorts, or when the businesses have to buy the actual gold when there's a rush on the bank, there's going to be a massive demand created because they've artificially inflated the supply at this point. Like with if gold's truly worth 3K when you factor in the gold on paper, it technically should probably be, and like I don't know the exact numbers, but I think it's like there's 60% more gold owed on paper than there is in existence. But you would have to imagine that like that money really flowing into gold, you'd probably be looking at like 12K gold. But like I think we're at that point now though, to where like it becomes panic sells, to where everybody with their paper gold just tries to sell and take whatever loss they can, and probably harbor in the Bitcoin when we get there.
Okay. Thanks for the lesson on economics. I appreciate that. Like I said, I only understand the concept, not how it's actually that scenario is like achieved. But yeah, I think that's what's driving the price, and we may see. Yeah. Anyway.
No, man, you bring some great insights on that, because like I just know crypto, I just know trading, and like I can see how they would do it with gold, similar to how they did it with GameStop and stuff. But yeah, I didn't even know that was going on, to be real. Yo, so I want to say what's up to Meme Pool Punk. Thanks for hitting the comments, bro. We appreciate it. If you guys are tuning in, do us a favor, repost the space, hit the comments. If you got any questions about what we're talking about, hit the comments. If you're listening in, and you know, I want to know, what do you guys think? Like with gold, if people harbor in the gold due to lack of trust in the Fed, what's that mean for Bitcoin? If you're here, you're probably, you know, into Bitcoin. If you think Bitcoin's stupid and just here for poker, let me know. Yeah, I want to know your opinions too. But yeah, I'm curious what that means for Bitcoin. Guys, let's I want to hit this other topic. I want to oh yeah, what's up? What's good, Mean Pool? If you want to get on the stream, hit me up on the DMs at Dope Sales. We'll send you a link to come on here and hang. But guys, are you in particular, I'd like to hear your opinion on this one first. We have Pokemon cards that are being tokenized and traded like crazy. And like, so what's happening, for those that don't know, is people that are that own Pokemon cards are sending the cards in to this place. The place is verifying them, they're holding them, they're putting them on the blockchain, and people are trading the tokenized value of these cards without actually ever exchanging the cards. They're trading the tokenized asset, and it's redeemable, right? It's an NFT that's redeemable. But I'm curious, man, what do you guys think? Are we seeing the future of collectibles play out in real time? And I know it's going down on Polygon, EAC. So what are your thoughts, bro? Oh, we might have lost EAC.
He's they came and got him real quick. They just needed him back on board the spacecraft. He'll be back.
They always let him go eventually. What do you think, Timbo, about these tokenized Pokemon cards being traded?
Man, I'm bullish on everything tokenized. Honestly, I feel like we're gonna be living in a tokenized world, dog. I don't know too much about that specific situation. Like I've seen them. I've seen the runners. I called Pokey Soul the other day at like 400 or 500K before it went to 2 million in the sub chat. I seen potential with that, but other than that, I'm really not educated enough on it, bro. I'll start digging right now though. But yeah, I think everything's gonna get tokenized at some point. So it's pretty dope, right? Seeing that crossover between tokenization and NFTs, right? Is that what's happening right now?
I mean, that's what I'm taking it as. And like, I think it's pretty cool, obviously, because I was around for the NFT days. I made some great crypto money traded NFTs. To be real, I know a lot of people lost traded NFTs, but man, I'm a profit maxi. We be selling the top, baby. You know, I sold the top at D Gods, and a lot of people didn't like it. But you know, I took my profits and moved on. So like, I did well on NFTs, so they always got a special spot in my heart. But I think it's particularly cool with the NFT cards, because I mean, a lot of it, or sorry, with the Pokemon cards, I didn't get into Pokemon until my kid was into Pokemon. But like a lot of people our age, or you know, a little bit younger, grew up playing with Pokemon cards, and I grew up playing Magic a little bit actually. But I know a lot of people grew up playing with Pokemon cards. So now that you can trade them on blockchain and it's just so easy, I think that's bullish. The one thing that I think is kind of sketch is, we're going by source. Trust me, bro, that this company's really holding all the cards. Like, what's to say there isn't a situation to where they pull the rug like we've seen in crypto before and run off with all these Pokemon cards, or it comes out that they already offloaded all of them, low key on the market or something. So I I don't know. Maybe that's, I don't know. Maybe it's still, so with them tokenizing each card and it being authenticated on the blockchain, it'd be tough because it'd have to be black market. But I wonder if there's any security risk.
I mean, I think you just said it. Like the security risk is you send it in, and then you're just, it's like I guess tokenizing a Pokemon card is almost like paper trading a Pokemon card at that point. Like, well, says it exists on the blockchain. Like, I have an NFT that says it exists, and that once I say, hey, I want this, you know, then then I'm supposed to be able to get it. Like, if I burn the NFT, then I get the actual card, which, you know, like, it's cool to an extent, but I mean, it's like NBA had like NBA Top Shot, and it was like basketball, quote unquote, basketball packs, but it was all NFT stuff. And, I think it ended up like they had like just pictures, but it was like actually like little videos of the player doing something or whatever. So cool in a sense, but it's like, again, you're putting your trust into a company that is saying, yeah, we've got the card, so don't worry about it. Sell it, trade it all you want, and who's to say that they don't actually just go get a bunch of them, and then they're just like, all right, deuces, everybody, and they sold all their cards, like that would suck. So I'm assuming they have like, not to sit there and say that that fixes everything, but it's like, okay, this is who we are, this is where we're located, this is where our warehouse is, this is where this is, all of that type of stuff. So I'm assuming they have that all taken care of. But again, it comes down to just trust me, bro. And I could take it or leave it. Like, to me, it doesn't really matter. Like, I would be more interested in them just being like Pokemon going straight to something like, I don't want to say NFT, but you would have the NFT, you get the packs, you open the packs, you get your NFT, that's your card, you can digitally play it. But then with the blockchain, you have it to where it's legitimately like on the blockchain. Because I know with like cards and stuff, you have counterfeit issues at times on certain cards. So at that point, with a blockchain type thing, you wouldn't have as many counterfeit issues, because you could just be like, oh yeah, this is legit from a digital Pokemon pack or something like that. So I don't know, just throwing that out there.
Dude, I think that honestly is probably the future. What it kind of ends up at is people that most of there's probably most of it just becomes digital, right? To where it'll probably be like all on the blockchain. It won't feel like you're using the blockchain. And if you lose your wallet, there's probably gonna be backups and stuff. But yeah, man, I think that's probably the only way to ever counterfeit, to counteract counterfeit cards. And guys, we are one from the money on this tournament. Let me check. We're in hand for hand. We might actually be in the money now. We're still one from the money. I got a kind of a small stack, but not too worried. Not too worried. I feel like I'm gonna make the money today. I've been doing very well in this tournament. EAC, you back yet? I just really want to hear EAC's thoughts on it because I know he's dug into it. We're still ham for ham, baby.
My bad, Andrew. I was signing up for CoinPoker too. I was muted.
Oh, you're good, homie. You got any thoughts on it, Timbo?
Nah, bro. I think what Hermit said is like, no matter how you want to look at it, it's true, right? Like, no matter what, no matter how good something is, at low levels or early, if you don't have good people behind it, it's all about the intention behind the button. If somebody just buys all of them and nukes them all at once, then what? I caught a bit of that, but yeah, I'm going in between y'all and my wife, so I'm trying to stay focused, bro.
Oh, you're good, homie. You're good, homie. I'm gonna put on some background music for a second, or you guys can converse while it's on. Regardless, I gotta take a piss real quick. I've been here staying hydrated. Oh, we got EAC back. I'm gonna turn the music off for a second, actually. EAC.
Yo, I'm back. Give me a question, I'll answer it, and then I'll cover you while you go rock a piss.
So the question is the tokenized Pokemon cards. You know, they're being traded like crazy. Do you think that we're witnessing the futures of collectibles in real times?
Yeah, bro. So, I just show up and I'm winning because I'm built out on Polygon, and Polygon is pushing. They have Courtyard.io, and the Courtyard.io is the leader of tokenized cards. So I sent to Andrew. They did like 73 million last month in Pokemon cards alone, and it's not crypto guys. It's regular Web2 guys who just collect cards and sell cards and buy more cards, and they're on the blockchain without even knowing. So this is kind of a mass adoption event. And yeah, like Polygon is like definitely one of the leaders in real world assets, and it's because of Courtyard.io. So definitely go check them out. I definitely think this is super bullish for the future. Like it just makes sense. The blockchain technology, recording people's digital assets that can't be altered or lost, by a website shutting down or a company shutting down. It's on the blockchain forever. It just makes sense, and so it's definitely the start of massive amounts of money, of bringing normies on chain without them even knowing, powered by Polygon. So let's go. And,
so I might have missed it, but do you know, are there any security measures in place?
So I haven't dived deep into like, I collected cards as a kid, like comic book cards, and then
Yo, real quick, just made the money, guys. We are in the money. My bad. Go ahead, EAC.
Yeah, so I wish I kind of kept the cards, like their comic book cards, because I had no way to sell them. Like I was always looking to like eBay to sell them, or and that didn't really work out. And now that there's a place that's kind of dedicated to selling cards, and then they look at the quality of them and rate them and stuff. So I haven't, ever since I sold my cards for more than I paid for them, but I haven't been into the card collecting game, so I don't know the exact details of what exactly is even involved in collecting cards. But I do know that people are ripping packs, making money, and they were farming it for a bit, doing that, like making money, open up cards at packs, getting holograph cards, flipping them, and rinse and repeat, and selling them on Courtyard.io. But yeah, I'm not a card collector anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really collected cards in a while. I still buy some baseball cards every now and then, or I actually buy some Pokemon cards with my kid to be real. Um, I took him to buy like an entire box, and I bought myself a box so we could each make decks and battle and stuff.
My daughter did get she traded some stickers for Pokemon cards the other day, so she was asking me about them, and you know, I'm pretty sure Charizard is the best card, right? And I was telling her, and she didn't believe me. But
Is that the
I
most
don't even
valuable
know. I'll
card?
have to fact check that.
No, I feel like Charizards are that one that's like worth like 200K or something like that.
But it's like it's definitely good for the all of us, you know. That's massive amounts of liquidity that's coming into the ecosystem. Courtyard.io is one of the top NFT collections up there with, you know, trending on OpenSea alongside of CryptoPunks, um, Board Ape Yacht Club, and Pudgy Penguins. Their Courtyard.io is up there, and their real world asset digital or their real world asset cards that are being traded. So, on an NFT collection like that's built by Polygon, super bullish.
Oh, that is bullish. I like it. Let me throw out another topic here. Now we got your input on that one, ESC. Or actually, let me throw it over to MKU3. MKU3, you got any thoughts on these tokenized Pokemon cards being traded?
No, but I like Hermit. I think he's a really smart guy. Um, I do like it that they're tokenizing reward assets like Pokemon cards, which means they can tokenize gold and silver, which may prevent them from the scam that we just talked about with the paper trading gold and silver, precious metals, artificially suppressing price to its true value. I think it's also a good thing because it makes it, you can buy, sell, and trade real world assets without being face to face with the person. You can obtain possession of something right on the global market, as opposed to having to go to a swap meet or something through boxes.
No, it makes sense for sure. Well, let me throw out this other topic, man. The ETH Foundation. This is probably another one that I think EAC is going to have some thoughts on. Is the Ethereum Foundation is still selling? They just approved selling, I think, 10,000 Ethereum to fund stuff, going forward, whatever it is, what it is. But at the same time, Bitmine, they're a company that they have Ethereum in their treasury, is still accumulating Ethereum. How does this make you feel about Ethereum, EAC?
Um, yeah, me. So as soon as you said that, Andrew, like I definitely looked into it, and I'm bullish because, and I'll explain to you why. They're transparent about what they're selling, and the reasons that they're selling it is to further like develop the chain on ways to expand and make it like more streamlined. And that's probably going to spread over into Polygon and the ag layer, like, and just be great for the whole ecosystem. Like money going back into making your chain better is bullish. Satoshi is not selling Bitcoin and putting that Bitcoin back into the ecosystem, making Bitcoin better, and that's bearish. I don't even know like if that guy's real or is alive. So I'd rather to have someone that's a founder of the chain, making the chain better than non-existent.
That's a fair argument, and I mean, I guess kind of the counterpoint would be that, hey, like Satoshi doesn't need to sell Bitcoin to make the chain better. Bitcoin does what it's supposed to do, you know, without anybody doing anything for it in particular like that. But
quick counter argument to that though, that's only because people behind Bitcoin believe in it, which is kind of weird because it's really not it's not fast, it's not efficient, it's not cheap, it's and it's really a struggle to do anything on and like NFT wise or smart contract wise. And I had one other point. Yeah, I forget now.
well, yeah, and you know, you can't disagree with that, right? Bitcoin wasn't designed for smart contracts and NFTs, but I am interested, to be honest, in
Oh yeah, I remember the point right quick. Sorry, but like a fighting against quantum computing, like being quantum computing resistant, they need to really, you know, if the founder of Bitcoin was around, he should be really saying the plan for doing that and not just relying on people that believe in Bitcoin. Not that that isn't bullish either, because for if it's truly decentralized, then everyone that's in the ecosystem should be the ones propping it up, which is Bitcoin. So nothing against Bitcoin, just that I'm super bullish, but those are just my thoughts.
and you know, I'm particularly interested in Bitcoin L2s. I think they will probably see some cool stuff built out on those somewhere in the near future. Um, but I think kind of a bullish case for Ethereum here too is that, man, the Ethereum Foundation is no longer the biggest holder, and the biggest holder is accumulating more, while the Ethereum Foundation is dumping. So like maybe you see what happens is, you know, there are more holders that come in and you know, outbid the Ethereum Foundation essentially, and they're the ones that are able to put Ethereum on their back and take it to that next level. So that's an interesting, you know, the way it could play out to me.
Which makes it more decentralized, right? So that's bullish too.
No, for sure. What about you, Hermit, man? What do you think about the Ethereum Foundation selling while Bitmine is still buying?
I mean, like, I don't like. I mean, they Ethereum Foundation is basically saying we're selling for operational costs, correct?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't looked into the exact details of it, but that's what they're saying. I don't know if they're, you know, they're detailing every expense.
And
Not just operational costs, but like further expansion and building up of the chain and layer twos. Like
I think, well, I guess then my question is like, do they like sit there and say, this is what we specifically have used this money for? Like, to me, it is what it is. People got to sell sometimes. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure companies like sell their stock all the time. They're like, all right, we got to sell some so we can do this, or we're doing this so we can do this. I mean, and then you got CEOs who sell their stuff. Like, it's not like they're thinking their company's going under. They're just saying, hey, I want to buy a new mega yacht, so I'm going to sell some of my stock options or whatever. Like, does it suppress the price? Yeah, it sure does. But for people to sit there and say, like, if that's their job, like their entire job is just Ethereum and they can't ever, like, I guess, pay themselves, then, you know, or they can't, you know, use the money for whatever, like EAC was saying, it's like, if we're using it for layer twos, we're expanding our ecosystem. And it's, again, it's great to hear, like, cool, you're doing it, but like, what exactly would it, like, I don't, I'm
well,
not
they're
sure. I'm
hiring
not.
people and buying stuff, and they can't do that with Ethereum, right? Like they still need to pay people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but my question is then at that point is, is it being documented? Like I can sit there and say, oh yeah, we just sold all this Ethereum and this is what it's being spent on. Like this is what it was spent on. Like based on whatever's, this is what we spent our Ethereum on, essentially. Like I think once people, if they started doing that, and if they already do it, cool. But like again, I think we have just this attitude in crypto in general. Like you're not allowed to ever sell. You're never allowed to experience any profits whatsoever. Like if you buy a meme coin, you're not allowed to sell because then, it just, you're not allowed to sell. You're not allowed to sell ever. So it's like once you like, that's probably one
All in
reason
and a
why
call,
people,
baby. Oh,
yeah.
I'm in big
Oh.
trouble.
Well, and yeah, and like you said though, and if they did never sell, the price goes up, and then there's not an opportunity really to buy. So if keeping it at that level too, where it's still they're selling some, making the chain better by hiring and spending money, bringing more people into the ecosystem, and still like, but the price isn't, because it's hyperinflationary, still bringing that inflation down so people can still buy it and use it. The balance, I think.
No, it makes perfect sense, and Hermit makes a great point that people are always like, "Oh, I can't believe they're selling," this and that, and it's like, well, man, like people gotta make money eventually, so you want teams to take profit at some point in time, So like, I'm not necessarily against them selling to make money, but I mean, man, they sold a bunch. This bull run, last bull run, bear market, every pump it feels like the Ethereum Foundation sells, so. I kind of like to see some massive results with this one, but we'll see how it works out.
Also, like I read that they're doing it like in like it's stages, so it's not like a full clip or nothing that'll hurt the chart.
Yeah, I know they're doing it through like multiple exchanges and DCAing out as they should. Well, let me hit another topic here, and I bust out of that tournament, guys. Min cash. It always feels good to cash though. I've been cashing on a nice cash streak in that tournament.
Nice work, bro. What kind of tournament are you going in? I'm gonna start entering here. Doing the $5 one, Texas Hold'em, or?
So I've been playing the 25 on stream, but I'm down to start playing the $5 if you're playing the $5.
Yeah, and then what do you kind of have to do if we were like, can we play, like you can pick the tournament, so you just be like, hey, I'm going in this tournament, and then I'd follow you into that one.
Yeah, we both just buy in the same tournament. If you end up at my table, I'll hide my screen for a bit or hide my cards or whatever.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Let's do that. Set it up for. I think I can get away with it while working.
That's cool, man. Let me know what day is good for you, and we'll make it happen.
Yeah, it'd be fun. We can kick each other under the table.
That's what you're supposed to do. No, I just played.
No, but yeah, no. If you ever played like at the same table with your homies, you kind of give them some respect. Like it's not like that. I won't take you out on a hand, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, in cash games, but like tournaments are like a fight for survival. So like I'm punching everybody in the face.
No, I hear that too, and it's not like that I wouldn't, take you out, but it's just like I wouldn't. I don't know. I think I wouldn't bluff you as much, or I wouldn't come after you.
You got to fight for those pots. It's a fight for every pot with everybody.
You're right. You're right. You're just another person that I got to take out.
But it's different in a cash game, right? If we both sit down at a cash game, the blinds aren't going up, so we can kind of chill a little bit, and don't have to go after each other. If we end up in a pot together, we can just check it down and see what happens. But in a tournament, it's like, man, you might really need those chips.
You're right. It was probably a flaw in my play strategy to, treat friends differently. You're right.
I get it though. Like, you know, me and my friends have played a lot together, and there are times to where you're like, I don't want to really hammer this dude right here. So I'm gonna get some Omaha up. We'll play a few hands of Omaha while we talk. While we talk about this last topic here.
I got a fun product to show you, Andrew.
Oh well, show us what you got, homie.
You ready? Gonna ship it to you. So it's not just a headband. You can make it into, you know, you can wear it like that. You can wear it as a, you know, that. If you're a chick, you can wear it as a tube shirt. And yeah, it just protects your head.
I like it, man.
Get it branded with an EAC Alien.
I'll wear it.
Purple. Coming to EAC store soon.
I'm with it. I got a interesting hand here. I got the full house. Not a great full house. Him checking the turn there. I'm gonna bet small here, half the pot. He folded. But yeah, gonna stream some Omaha here for a few minutes, guys. You know, I got another topic I want to throw out there and get you guys' opinions on. And it's then obviously after we talk about this for a second, give you guys a chance to talk about anything you guys got cooking. But the next month, the Fed is holding a conference for payment innovations. What do you guys think about this? You think we're going to see anything positive for crypto come out of it?
So it's interesting. Like, I mean, I haven't been up to date like lately on what the Fed says, but like one thing I was when I did watch one meeting a couple months back is they said that they'd never hold Bitcoin, like they're not allowed or something. So, but then I feel like they're warming up more to stables, being that, you know, stables is basically fiat, digital fiat, and that there's so much, like it would be so bullish for them to be the leader in the digital fiat world and remain the main global currency, that it'd be really not intelligent of them to not get companies using it and payment rails, because when you're doing transfers between countries and banks, there's so many middlemen that are taking fees there, and really those fees that they're taking are getting passed along to us, the consumer who's buying these products. And because the companies, they're producing products for pennies and selling it to us for dollars. But if I'd like to think that they would reduce the prices if they weren't having to pay so much fees in between that are taken from the banks and by all the passing of between countries with all the tariffs and everything, all that. So there's definitely money to save, to be made, and to benefit the Fed by moving a lot more into stables.
No, I get the argument. I think there is going to be a lot of talk around stable coins and the future of stable coins for it. So we might get something bullish. I think if anything, we get a little bit more clarity, which is bullish in general, in my opinion, because I think that's what, you know, true big time players are waiting for, is just more clarity in the ecosystem before they can really start firing at it.
Bro,
What's good, homie?
my bad. This is unrelated, but Breaking news. World Liberty Financial has blacklisted. I don't know if it's breaking. Oh, this could be late, but they blacklisted an Ethereum wallet address associated with Justin Sun, the founder of Tron. It freezes his holdings, including 595 million unlocked World Liberty Finance tokens valued at 100 million. Uh, oh my God, bro. He was sent supply and he said he was never going to sell, but they caught him offloading it. So they locked his wallet. What does this mean for Tron?
Tron's
Dude.
out. Like, I was kind of crazy that Tron was included on the Liberty Financial. Like, I don't know much about Tron other than like it's just some. If you were to tell me, like, I don't know, it just seems like a whole meme chain. I don't know much about it.
I mean, Tron's been around for a while. They've had a lot of stable coin activity. I know a lot of Africans use Tron for a while to send money back and forth. But Justin Sun's done a lot of shady shit to manipulate it for a while. So no surprise. Well, yeah, no real surprise that he wasn't supposed to dump some World Liberty Fi, and he did. I saw him make a post earlier about, I'm just doing some test transactions, but that's what everybody always says, right? When they rug pull that, I was just trying to see what happened, you know.
That's hilarious. I just wanted to see what happened if I full clipped.
Bro, it's really crazy because they said he was like sent supply, right? So it's like this is sending your favorite KOL supply to pump your bags, and it's just in a bigger scenario, and he got caught selling it when he said he wasn't going to. And they're like, all right, bro, well, we got your ass. We're gonna freeze the rest of it. That's fucking crazy, bro. I don't welcome to the trenches, baby.
I talked to one buddy last night who got into like World Liberty Financial like super early, put in $800. He says he got like 8,500 now, but he only could take out like 25%.
Sheesh. The only people I know that messed with it literally have been shorting the shit out of it. Other than that, I don't know anybody really messing with it.
I think, well, the issue doesn't necessarily. Okay, the issue is his funds are frozen. That's the biggest issue. So coming from people who were, debanked or whatever, and that was the whole point of even having World Liberty Fi, was to be like, oh, we're going to help people who get debanked or whatever. And now it's like, hey, I'm sorry, we froze your stuff. Have fun. Good luck. So it's one of those deals, like, you get in there, who's to say that they don't just up and freeze your funds? Not like I'm a big somebody in any space at this moment in time, but they might just be like, hey, you were associated somehow with so and so, like, we're freezing all your stuff. And it may have been one of those, hey, I'm just gonna send this wallet or send this money as a joke to so and so, because how people send meme coins to wallets all the time, like to wallets of founders and all that stuff. And it's like, oh, well, this person sent them money, so they obviously know each other. And it's like just some Joe Blow who decided he was going to make a meme coin and send it to Justin Sun. It's like, hey, I made a Tron meme coin. Let me send some to Justin Sun and hope for the best type of deal. Like, I think that's, to me, the biggest worry, because I know people were upset with the CEDAS protocol when they froze all the funds that basically, like, when they were hacked, they ended up freezing all the wallets or freezing all the funds in those wallets so that they couldn't be, liquidated at that point. So again, and then everybody was like, well, isn't the whole point of decentralization to be like, you can't necessarily, like, you can't be controlled? And it's basically defeating the entire purpose of crypto for some people.
So I wanted to touch on that, like, because I think that we kind of said it before, like, a lot of people don't even know what decentralization is or care. They just, if they're just here to make money. And also, like, I get that, like what you're saying. Some people are like, oh, that token can be frozen. I don't want anything to do with it. Well, guess what? All your money in the real world fiat can be frozen at any time. Are you saying you don't want anything to do with that too? Like, this is just the world we live in. And Donald Trump, obviously, like him being able to freeze the token, like I'm not surprised at it at all. And people will still buy it to make money. So, you know, they can't really complain about it after the fact. There's a big red flag when you go on the DEX that says this token is freezable.
That's a good point. Well, guys, I want to give you guys all a chance to talk about anything you got cooking or any updates on stuff you've been cooking that you want to talk about for a second here before you wrap up the space. But let's go ahead and start with Timbo if you're around, man. Timbo, any updates you want to drop for everybody?
Bro, so many. We've been cooking with CoinCatch. I went into another space this morning that we Andrew, we got to do that today at some point. We got a space hop accountability partner, but I went into a space that I didn't really know the people that much. I know the host, but I don't know the room. Shield CoinCatch, Shield the ref link. We're building up the DTN perp room day by day, brick by brick, member by member. I think we're almost at 20 now. Just kind of getting in there, learning with each other and growing. Legends called some banger trades in there. I've called some bangers. Block is in there giving us chart analysis day by day or whenever you need him. Just tag his ass. He's always around. We've got that. And then later today, I'm going to be setting up or trying to navigate and set up some liquidity pools with MKU3 and possibly running tokens to get us some money in our marketing wallet. We are setting up also an affiliate account for MKU3 and DTN to start hosting game nights or just to be on there and promoting with our coin or have a MKU3 tournament or something. Invite the outside in to come play, give them a reason to buy our token. And yeah, man, just constantly grinding. We had a fire short space last night. Me and my wife were going through some personal stuff, but we still showed up, kept it about an hour. And yeah, man, looking forward to tonight. We're going to do a chill and chill, some updates with Lab Trade. They're giving out loot boxes. Binance is dumping the shit out of Solana. And now we're going to talk about also tonight Marco Rubio just bombing the hell out of these narco terrorist boats, bro. I'm ready for it. He said more's to come, fires to come from the skies. Welcome to the U.S., baby. We ain't letting that shit in if we can help it. But yeah, man, I'm just bullish. I like scalping charts and breaking hearts. And the hearts that I break are the women that aren't my wife because I'm faithful. But yeah, other than that, I'm good, bro.
Drew's over here with me. He was laughing when you said scalping charts and breaking hearts. He's ready for some Fortnite.
We need to play Fortnite today too, bro.
Yeah. We'll get a Fortnite stream going tonight, maybe for specs. We're not running too late today, so we can probably get some Fortnite going a little bit later.
I'll be there for it. Just tell me when, gang.
Sweet. Let's throw it over to MKU3. You want to add anything you guys got cooking?
Yeah, Timbo represents DTN. We are product of DTN at MKU3. We host space. Everybody knows Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Alternate days from the DTN Chill and Chills. Friday's topic is going to be fire. We're going to be talking about Anunnaki, the origins of humankind. Not necessarily mankind, but EAC is going to be our special guest since he has a little bit of knowledge on aliens. That's Friday, and then yeah, Timbo covered the rest of it.
No, good stuff, man. I always love those MKU3 spaces. Those are fun ones to listen to and participate in. Let's go to Hermit, man. Hermit, anything you're cooking, anything you're working on, you want to share with everybody?
No, not really. You can get a little Groctimus if you want. Don't get too much yet. Still trying to figure that whole thing out. So, anyways. Yeah.
I'll have to
That's
cut
it.
Herman off. Like,
Good
sell
day.
all your worldly possessions and buy Groctimus. Stop being
Please don't
poor.
do that. Please don't do that. It's I think Elon introduced or let somebody see an Optimus robot that I think was powered by Grok. So it was posted on the @WeAreGroktimus page. There was a post made about it, so you can check it out. But anyways, peace out.
Peace out. Peace out. EAC, we want to let you get the final words, or almost the final words of the episode. But what are you working on? Any updates?
I just wake up and I'm winning, bro, because I'm built out on Polygon. I got you pushing P now with CoinPoker, and like Poly Market, you know, the leading prediction market, the official platform on X, the place to go to make bets on anything built by Polygon. But I'm looking forward really to what I'm building out with you guys every day and showing up here and the ideas that we have together and doing more together. So I'm really looking forward to pushing MKU3 on full time on Pump and making funds. The Anunnaki were real. Like look into it, get into that space when we have it. I got to talk to you guys later about that. I think tomorrow I got a trip, so we probably have to reschedule that. But yeah, like EAC's cooking, consistently moving up in profits. Check the charts. The blockchain doesn't lie. Get yourself a bag of EAC. You know, EAC's pushing P. Thanks, Andrew. Look forward. Yeah, if I don't make it here tomorrow because I'm going on a trip, I'll see you guys on Monday.
We will see you Monday. If we don't see you tomorrow, enjoy your trip, homie.
Yeah, I'm going to the mainland, Vancouver. That's the plan. So got a little business and pleasure.
I like it. Sounds like a good time.
So give us your CoinPoker pitch and poker coin pitch, bro. Let's hear it.
Yeah, well, I'm only gonna pitch one thing. I'm a believer that you should really only come up, pitch on one thing on a particular platform at a time. So
that's why you're the pro, bro.
Thank you. I'm gonna pitch CoinPoker, right? Because obviously everybody knows go to my bio. I do consulting I do advisory for the poker token, money sign poker. Great project. They're on here a lot, but dig into them, right? That'll be my quick second show for them. But guys, I am an ambassador for what the heck happened here? How did I get on this new game? This is weird. Did the blinds just change in this game? Oh, this guy just, I don't know what's going on here. I'm folding. But so, man, it messed up my CoinPoker show. I'm going to show CoinPoker while I play on CoinPoker. But guys, I'm a big fan of CoinPoker. Obviously, we've been streaming, talking while we play on CoinPoker for a while I play on CoinPoker. Now you're going to see Timbo, you're going to see EAC, probably Clutch, probably Legend, all playing on CoinPoker too at the same time. But I like this site, man. It's a decentralized site. We're Web3 people, so it makes sense for us, right, to do some decentralized stuff. And a set of aces, baby. It makes sense for us to do some decentralized stuff. And this site, you can deposit any major crypto, right? Solana, Polygon, Ethereum, whatever you want. Now, I generally suggest you deposit USDT on Polygon because that's generally the cheapest with the fees. So that's what I would suggest there. And also note that your first deposit, they give you 150% deposit bonus. So it's probably worthwhile making sure your first deposit is a good one. But they got games from everything from a free roll to $1 buy-in, $5 buy-in, $25 buy-in, like you saw on the stream today, $100 buy-in. They even got $1,000 buy-in games and tournaments, right? And if you're into cash games, they got everything like from $5 buy-in or $25 buy-in, like you're seeing right here, all the way up to I see guys playing on the nosebleeds for $100, $1,000. Not me. I'm not balling like that, but they got them here at that sure thing. Now, The other thing I think is cool about CoinPoker is they have their token chip, right? Now you see here I'm playing this cash game. Every hand they're taking some money out of the pot for rake. You know, it's just normal. What happens at casinos and stuff, right? I'm probably gonna get it in here if I get the opportunity. I think I'm probably good with a lot of redraws. But
you got to get me that CA too, bro.
Oh, I'm sorry, I totally forgot. But yeah, so they have their chip token, and so you know they take money out of the pot every hand or every buy-in for a tournament. They take money out of the pot, and you know it's just the cost of playing poker, right? That's what you do. Well, when you have chip, when you get up from the table, you get half your USDT back, and they take the chip token, and then every Monday, 33% of the chip token that you paid in, you get airdropped to your account for rake back. So if you've ever played a little bit of poker, or if you played a lot of poker, you've definitely felt the impacts of rake and you know your cost to overhead, the impact of it draining from your bankroll. And if you play a little bit of poker over time, you're going to feel it. So you might as well play someplace where you're getting some rake back. So that's why I'm bullish on CoinPoker, guys. So you're going to see me continue to stream here. You're going to see me continue to grind. They're going to see me continue to chat crypto with the homies while we do it. But if you're following on X, go to my bio, Dope Sales. My pinned post is CoinPoker. There's a link there to sign up. Go ahead and use that to sign up. If you're a community or you know you got a community, go ahead and sign up, reach out. That way we can make sure we get you on board as an affiliate. We can get your whole community on. That way when they start playing, you'll get credit and you'll get a piece of that rake. So you know you can put it back into your project. So there's a lot of options here. A lot of crypto people are playing poker, but they're not doing it on decentralized sites. And my site of choice is CoinPoker, guys. But thanks a lot, guys. Thank you to all the panelists for coming and hanging today. Thank you to all the viewers for vibing with us today. And thank you to CoinPoker for powering this stream. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace out, everybody.
Later.
Peace.